Shalom, everybody. Welcome back to our class in Reb Noson's Likutey Halakhot. We again are in Likutey Halakhot, section Orach Chaim, the laws of Birkat Hoda'ah, the blessings of giving thanks, Birkat HaGomel, discourse number 6, which again is based on Likutey Moharan lesson 24. We are in the beginning part, where we passed the beginning part of paragraph 25. Just to recap, where Reb Noson now is going into the details of the battle between Jacob, Yaakov, and the angel of Esav, where Reb Noson shows from the commentaries, as is known, that the whole idea of the angel trying to wrestle and bring down Yaakov was to try to strengthen and lengthen the exile, seeing that the Jews are in such a low position and low esteem. So it's a great time to keep them there forever. That was the deeper meaning behind the battle between the angel of Esav and Yaakov. Okay? Now Reb Noson is going to elaborate more details. He's going to get into the point, eventually, why specifically Yaakov had to do this battle. Why not Avraham? Why not Yitzchak? Why Dafka Yaakov? All the tzaddikim, and how it has a repercussion on us, his overpowering the angel. So first, Reb Noson wants to introduce the danger of being in exile, the danger we face. Okay, we're in exile. So what? So what? People have houses, people work, they have nice cars, they have families. Everybody has problems, okay, but more or less people are living. People are living more comfortably today than ever before, with technology and society and comfort, etc. So what's the problem? What's missing? What's wrong? So what's wrong? Watch. He's going to say the main thing which fools a person, that they can think they have everything and yet they're still sad. They're not happy. People are not happy. Okay, that is the exile. You'll get the Yetzirah will say you can have everything you want, but you're not going to be happy. I'll give you everything, but you won't be satisfied, you won't be happy. And he fools you to thinking that you have, but you actually have nothing. So Reb Noson, he wants to show us how dangerous it is. Why is it such a problem? Okay? So he says like this, about the exile, about what we're going through. Uchvar mevu'ar. So it's already been explained, especially in this lesson, the Likutey Moharan lesson 24. She'ikar hitgabrut haklipot hu al yidei ha'atzvut kanizkar le'el. The main force that gives, the main power, the main energy that gives the klipot, the evil forces, strength to overpower a person in their life is through sadness, as mentioned above. Sadness is the key for all misery, all bad. The key is sadness. A person is not happy. That's what gives the evil forces their power to rule. Okay? ולא היה אפשר להתגבר עליהם מחמת העניין שכתבנו לעיל. And in our situation that we are in exile, it seemingly is impossible to overpower them because of what we mentioned above. What did we mention above? In this discourse, paragraph number 8, so Reb Noson says that the battle and the strategy against the evil is a vicious cycle with no way out. That A leads to B and B leads to A, and that's it, you're stuck. You're stuck in this vicious cycle, and this is the exile. He's going to explain. Sheha beha talya. That one is dependent on the next. A is dependent on B. What is A and what is B? So he says like this. Kol ma shemitgabrin be'atzvut, mitgabrin hata'avot, mishgal, umamon, v'cha'as v'chudem. The more that a person is sad, and when the person is sad, he feels empty, he feels a lack, he feels a void, and he needs to fill it. So how does a person who's normally depressed, unfortunately, fill his lack? With lusts and desires. Physical lust, which he thinks will fill him up. It's like a person who's always overeating because they're never satisfied. They're eating because they feel empty. They feel empty, so they're eating and eating and eating. And not just food. Watch what he says now. He focuses dafka not on food. He says other examples. So he says like this. The more person has sadness and depression, so then the evil desires, such as mishgal, which is sexual desires, and money, that he just wants more money because he feels empty. That's why he wants money and money and money. Also in kas, anger, where a person feels he needs to let out his anger because of his feeling empty, so it goes out through the anger. So Reb Noson brings mishgal, mamon, kas. He didn't mention food, which you would have thought is the third primary lust and desire in people's lives, but he just went to anger. Because it could be Reb Noson felt that these two and the anger also are the main areas where a person really feels empty and he tries to let it out, lash it out. Mishgal, mamon, kas. Feeling sexual pleasure, which makes him just feel even more empty afterwards by committing sexual sins, wasting seed, etc. That physical pleasure, which just lasts for not even a minute, 2 minutes, whatever, and then a person feels even worse afterwards. Okay? And money, where a person has money, but he's not happy. A person lets out his anger, and he's not happy. For sure he's not happy. So A leads to B. V'chen lefech, and now the opposite also. You can not, once you've activated your sexual desires, the money desires, anger, so now that leads to sadness also. V'chen lefech. Kol ma shatavot mitgabrin, ha'atzvot mitgaber. And the more person gets stuck in his lusts and desires, that he's trapped, that he's addicted to his sexual desires and money and anger, so that even brings even more sadness. So it's a vicious cycle. Uchvi hitgabrutam, and according to how they try to overpower a person, so the main damage is where, this is unbelievable, what Noson saying is really, really unbelievable. It explains a lot on what people go through and why. According to these attacks of the sadness and the lust and desires, אי-אפשר לעלות ולעסוק בתפילה ותיקוניה כראוי לעלות למקום שצריכים לעלות, ששם מקור השמחה וכו'. He's saying something amazing here. According to how much a person is stuck in sadness and depression and the lusts, he can't be elevated, can't go up and be involved with prayer and the rectifications of prayer properly. And he's going to explain something amazing. What is the purpose of the davening? What is the purpose to properly have a rectified prayer? To go up to the place that a person is supposed to go up. And when he reaches that point, that's the source of joy. Reb Noson is saying something unbelievable. It could very well be, what he's saying, based on what he's saying here, that the main reason why people have a difficulty in getting up in the morning, Jewish people getting up in the morning to daven on time, because they're overwhelmed with desires and sadness and depression, and that doesn't let them to get up to daven. Davening, what's the purpose of davening also? The second point here, the whole reason why we daven, especially the morning prayers. The morning prayers are long, okay? And there's stages. There's the stage of the korbanot. There's the second stage of the psukei de zimra. There's the third stage of the kriyat shema and the blessings on the kriyat shema. And the Spitz, the ultimate stage, is the Amidah Shmoneh Esrei prayer, and then we go back down 1, 2, 3 also. The goal of going up every morning in our davening, reaching the pinnacle of the Shmoneh Esrei, is to activate what he says here, connection to the source of joy. The reason why you're davening, the goal, the rectification of davening, is to enhance and bring simcha into the day. This is unbelievable. It's a totally different perspective. You would think we're davening because we have requests, we have to do bakashot, we have to connect to God. Okay, and why? What does this do to you in your life now? You come down with this back to your daily living, and you're going to work, and your family, and your Torah studies, your sessions of study, fixed Torah study, and what do we do during the day? Okay, what did the davening in the morning do? The goal, the ideal goal, is to connect you to the source of joy and carry it with you for the rest of the day. Okay? What stops a person from davening properly? Why do people daven late? Why do people daven fast? Okay, let's get on with it already, Why people not connected is because of an overwhelming power of sadness, depression, and lusts, which keep them from being happy. And because they don't have initial happiness, they can't do what the halakha says, hitgaber ka'ari, to be strong like a lion, to get out of bed, to go to daven, and to properly daven in order to activate the simcha, the source of the prayer, to connect to the level a person is supposed to connect to in order to connect to the source of joy and bring it down. Okay? So the whole thing here is about simcha. And he's saying, Reb Noson, the main exile, based on this, the main hitgabrut of the klipot is when I cannot daven. I cannot express myself, and I cannot be happy because of that. That's the exile. Because the bliss of experience in this world, in this creation, is to feel that closeness of simcha with God, of being elevated and feeling joy. That's the goal. That's not exile. Okay? Exile is now you're worried, you're bothered by this and bothered by that, and the money issues and the sexual issues and the anger and all that is just eating away. You notice something crazy. There's a verse in Tehillim that says, "V'tochachti la bekarim." King David says, I'm being rebuked every morning. What's the rebuke every morning? If you notice something crazy, that one of the main attacks a person has is in the morning. He begins to think negative about this person, negative what this person did and that. The negativity in the morning is crazy. Like what he did to me, what he said to me. How come these thoughts are coming in the morning? What in the world? I just woke up. No, and they attack with and you feel anger at what he said. I can't believe he said that to me. And then your whole davening is with the thought of what he said to you. And after you finish davening, you begin to think, but maybe it wasn't like that. And then it just disappears. And you see it's a test. It's a crazy test. How being negative and thinking negativity on people, getting angry at them in yourself. It's all within you. He looked at me like that. He said to me like that. And you can't daven. It's crazy. That's the attack. The attack of the Yetzirah. A leads to B. B leads to A. When you're worried and sad, you can't daven. And if you can't daven, so then you can't experience the beauty and goal of the davening, which is to activate the mikor of the simcha, like he says here of Noson. Okay? To reconnect to the place where you're supposed to go up to and reach the source of joy. So, and when that happens, when you're not you're not doing the goal of davening, and you're not connecting to the source of joy, so it has a repercussion on the rest of the day. And the rest of the day you're just down and you're in exile. That's the galut. Okay? And that's what we're stuck in. It's like a vicious cycle in a chain. So what to do? Al ken, he says, Rav Noson, the reality is, therefore, kimat avadnu be'onyenu. We're like 99.99% lost. We're 99.999% a lost case. Because of this vicious cycle of A leads to B, you already got angry, and then you let it out on your ta'avot, sexual desire, anger, money. Okay? You got the money, you got the sexual desire, you got the anger, and that leads you to more anger, more sadness. More sadness, you want to do more lusts. More lust, so it's a vicious cycle. So you're 99.999% lost. Right? So he says, Al ken kimat avadnu be'onyenu. So therefore, kimat, almost, we're lost in our poverty, in our bondage, in our suffering. Lule Hashem ezrata lanu. Were it not, it's recording a verse. If it were not for Hashem helping us, assisting us, and how does Hashem assist us? Shesholeach lanu bechol dor tzaddikei emet shem oskim betikunenu velochamim avurenu. That Hashem sends to us every generation true tzaddikim. Okay, watch. So what that he sends us true tzaddikim? So what? What do they do for me? The true tzaddikim. They're tzaddikim. They made it. But look at me. I'm in the pothole. I'm in the butts. I'm in the schmutz and everything. Come on. Okay, great, bravo, beautiful tzaddikim. So, but it says Hashem has sent every generation for us true tzaddikim. What do these true tzaddikim do? Shem oskim betikunenu, that their whole effort is that they're involved in trying to help rectify us, to get us out of what we're stuck in. Number one, velochamim avurenu, and also they battle and fight the evil forces on our behalf. They already made it, so they have strength to keep off the evil. That's the fighting part. Now what's part A? Oskim betikunenu. How are the tzaddikim involved in rectifying us? The main way that a tzaddik can help rectify a person is by giving a person the tools and the weaponry and the advice to fight the battle himself. That's how the tzaddikim work to rectify. They see a person is stuck, they say, okay, I'm looking from above in the maze, and I see if you make a left, At the very end, there's a little opening. Go there. You don't see it because you don't know where to go. The tzaddikim help you find an opening in your darkness, that you're stuck in the sadness and depression and the lust and the vicious cycle. But within the vicious cycle, there's like a side exit that the tzaddik points out. He finds. He works so hard to lower himself, to analyze what we're going through, because he's been there also, and he won the battle, so he knows the tactics and techniques. He knows the ground. He's been in this game before. He passed, like in a video game, stage A, stage B, stage. He's already passed all those stage, level 1, level 2, Super Mario Brothers. He's gone through all the levels. Okay, so he knows the tricks, the easy way outs, and the sneaky ways and everything. So they're always working to help rectify us by giving us a boost. And in this case, it's the tzaddikim who teach us how to be happy. On your own, with the darkness of the sadness and depression of the exile and the lusts, you won't be able to find on your way out. And if you claim, I just met someone recently, oh, I don't need Breslov, it's natural by me, I'm happy and everything. I laugh when I hear this, because I say to myself, even if what you're saying is true, and I don't know if what you're saying is true, but if it's true, you should know that's not coming from you. If it's with major divine assistance that you're able to be positive. You think it's you take the credit, but you have no credit at all whatsoever due to the darkness of the exile. It's that the light of the tzaddikim help shine a person clarity in what they're going through, so they can find their way out. People don't think about it. They don't know. They think it's themselves, but it's really the tzaddikim who work in promoting a clarity and a rectification to help people to be b'simcha. All the more so people who recognize that, who know about the tzaddikim, who learn their teachings, and yes, gain access to being b'simcha and finding the right advice what to do in the darkest of situations. So Reb Noson is going to connect this to Yaakov, specifically what Yaakov represents as a true tzaddik, him putting down the angel who wanted to put him down, and he didn't succeed, shows that Yaakov Avinu is the one who can fight the Yetzirah, who wants to lengthen the galut, where the lengthening of the galut is making this vicious cycle permanent. A leads to B, B leads to A, you're stuck. That's what he wants. Yaakov Avinu is the one able to fight against that. Yaakov represents the idea of the true tzaddikim that we need to attach ourselves to, because the more you do, the more you have access to the rectifications. There's levels. There's someone who's very far. Okay, get something. It helps him, but he could use more help in life. So how do you do that? The more you come close to these tzaddikim, the more you activate, number one, their rectifications, that they work to help you to get out of your specific situations that you have in your makeup, and also fight on your behalf because you're closer to them, so you feel more of a responsibility to help you more than another guy. That enables you to make it in this exile. So Reb Noson is going to develop this idea very, very powerfully in the next paragraphs in this section 25. Like we said, everything in this class is taken from Likutey Moharan lesson number 24. If you would like to pursue more about lesson 24 Likutey Moharan and everything related to it, please go to lesson 24. That's lesson and then the number is 24. Breslov Therapy, BRESLOV, breslovtherapy.com. There you have all the information and everything you need in order to get into this lesson. And like usual, we say that these classes are a lot of preparation, a lot of hard work to be able to present it properly. And the whole work of uploading and then social media and everything, it falls on us. So your support in helping us to promote Rabbi Nachman's teachings in this format of Breslov Therapy is very appreciated. You can send your support through the following link, donate.breslovtherapy.com. Thank you so much. Have an amazing week. And may we succeed in being b'simcha and not letting the evil bring us stuck in this vicious cycle of A to B and B to A. Shalom, shalom.